this sort of creative innovation, creative and technical innovation, and sort of business and financial discipline that was needed to breathe life into the company, to make it sort of viable. That balance is really hard to find, and it's very tempting and sometimes easy for financial considerations to smother, if you will, the sort of forces of creativity and innovation. I wasn't really sort of inspired to write it as a book until a couple of things happened. And one had to do with the sort of tragic early death of Steve and the aftermath of all the books and, the documentaries and films that came out. And, I began to sort of feel like, wait a minute, like this story about Pixar is like an afterthought in a lot of this content. And I sort of started to feel like, but this is a really important story. And I realized I was perhaps the only person that could tell this story. And so that began to gnaw away at me a little bit. And then, as you may know, I kind of dropped out of corporate life for a while, and I went in to explore a whole different dimension in life and Eastern philosophy and meditation and these things. And I had this sort of epiphany one day when I said, there are some elements about Pixar that I could use as an analogy, a metaphor, if you will, for some of those things that I had been studying, particularly a philosophy called the middle way, which I think is really important, both for our personal lives and our corporate culture as well. So I thought, wow, I could tell the whole Pixar story and I could put it in that context. And so I wrote that out as a talk, and I gave that talk at Harvard Law School and Harvard Business School, and I was invited to Pixar to give it, and it really went over well. And so that was the moment when I said, okay, this is the time to sort of write a book about it. And even that was challenging because I had done a lot of writing before, but I wanted to write this in a certain way. I wanted to capture it as a real-time adventure, like you're having this experience with me, not just looking back from where I'm at now. And so I had to learn how to write that way, and I got some really good help with that, and it turned out.